Freaking Markomans. So, once again, during the middle of an end turn, I'm suddenly attacked by a faction that I didn't think would attack me. So, I think I toyed with the thought a few parts back, maybe more than a few at this point, that I toyed with the thought of going to war with the Markomans. Well, apparently the Markomans made the decision for me, and they declared war. Which gives me a lot of issues, but the obvious initial one is the fact that they are attacking Ivavam. And I think I actually have a pretty decent chance of defending this. If you take a look at the defending force, it's usually a lot weaker, and even in those circumstances we somehow manage to win it sometimes. Although it should be mentioned that the enemy has a shitload of Germanic crossbowmen, which are deadly. I don't think they're so deadly, as deadly as they used to be. At least not in multiplayer. I don't really know if that affects the single player. But I have heard from reliable sources that I haven't checked the patch notes myself. Shh. Don't tell anyone about that. But I have heard from people I trust that the damage the crossbowman does has been reduced. But once again, I don't know if that applies to single player as well. So that might be an issue, but if we can use our Preventores, as we did use our Exploratore, and of course our cavalry, and hide them, and then actually attack them when it suits us, then we might be able to kill them. That's really the only unit I fear here, because these dramatic levy, I don't really care about them. There are a lot of them, I'll give them that, but I still think I should be able to kill them relatively easily with the units I have. Oh, this freaking layout. Maybe not. Maybe I was wrong. Goddamn. Yeah, I need to. Well, I should have upgraded the settlement. I thought I had the what do I say? Final raised forts in the middle, and I didn't. Oh well. Okay. Oh, and it's winter. Yes, of course it is. Yeah, I have this area where I can hide some of my units, but I don't know if the Preventors really have, any opportunity to be... Well, put it this way, I don't think I'll, be able to drag them into the city to, circumstances, or, yeah, to situations where the Preventors can, absolutely brutally murder, units like that. I don't know. But yeah, I'll try, and then we'll see about it. There we go. So I'll put the barrier here, and have this here, so they get... Well, it gets raised, just a little bit. Oh yeah, and this tower, I don't want it to collapse, do I? Well, it's probably gonna happen. Tough. That's all I can say about that. Yeah, this isn't the ideal settlement at all to have archers in. I would have loved them in different circumstances, but I don't get those circumstances. Okay, so what do I have left? I have this guy, which I think I'm gonna keep there. Kinda in a reserve role, but in case they try to flank around, then they will be good to have there. Yeah, this is not gonna hold. I have very little hope for this. But who knows, who knows. I think I know, but... Yeah, there's something slightly off about this. That should be better. Somehow there was a giant hole here in the formation. And these guys broke... yeah, something is happening here. Is it this wheelbarrow that is like merging through the defenses? Maybe. Anyway, most of these guys are on the wall, so... yeah, I think they're going the long way around. Maybe. And I would love for these guys to throw the lives away, so I can harass their crossbowmen to bits. Yeah, they don't appear to be going the way around. They don't appear to be having a voice crack either, but I do, apparently. Yeah, some on the Palatine are actually doing pretty decently. Not the Palatina, but the Horsemen are doing well against the Palatina. Which, well, spare units. Yeah, I don't think I have to say anything more. Also, this is extremely dangerous. Which I was perfectly well aware, actually. Okay, now you are useless to me. Spraying the trap! One of the worst traps I have ever seen. Oh, and they rotted just in time. Man, I bet they're gonna come back the second, like they're right next to these guys, and make my life. Oh, never mind. They're actually not gonna do that. Wow. I didn't expect that to happen. Okay, this is holding. This will hopefully hold. This cannot hold. Yeah, I think this is where they are needed the most. Not walking the entire way. Yes, you actually were walking the entire way. Maybe I didn't like properly double click there. Oh, I can actually encourage friendly units. That's quite useful, actually. But yeah, you guys, you are probably best suited elsewhere. Probably up here. If you could actually, like... there we go. Much better. So yeah, I definitely have the heavy units, and it seems to be suiting me quite well here. Thankfully. And this thing is breaking. It hasn't shattered yet. So, I'm really wishing for that to happen. And it's probably gonna happen, but I think I'll see them a few more times before it actually happens completely. So the plan is the second these guys shatter, which, well, maybe a bit off. I don't know, it really depends on if I can get these guys to reinforce quickly enough. But if they get through there, then I'll have these guys turn back on fire at will. Oh yeah, and also, there should be new burning effects. So these guys are awfully close to the burning buildings. And they should, like, catch on fire, shouldn't they? At least according to the DLC. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, there we go. He's charge. Supposedly one of the new effects. I don't know, for all the thing I know, it has always been there. Well, I'm certain there has been, like, some kind of effect, some kind of burning effect. But not, well, like, bodies actually get, like, charge. At least that's what I've heard. Yeah, the faster I can get those guys into defensive testudo, the better. Yeah, okay. And then we do that. once again, enemy units return to the battle. Oh, you need to like give yourself some morale here. How did this go so wrong? 128 kills. Well, you're like medium unit, so guess that could explain a bit of it. But somehow wow, these guys have been allowed to live for so long. I would not expect that. But I appreciate that. I think I actually could have the Zasha go up here as well.
Our men run from the enemy. This is shameful.
Preventores? Yes. Okay. I may have to have these horsemen run back here. I may. Why am I losing this? I really don't know. But there goes them. And yes, hopefully a hammer and anvil charge will be enough to get rid of this problem. And yes, these guys haven't shattered yet, but hopefully this tower can at least do enough damage to where they shouldn't be effective.
The unit is running from the enemy.
Again? Okay, so that unit is gone. It wasn't even close to being engaged with an enemy unit, and they routed. Which means that even though I still have them, they well, they're effectively useless. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, and there the Preventores went. Oh well. Not too bad, I guess. Oh, well, that's bad. Unfortunately, these guys managed to reform before I actually managed to get them. Yeah, there we go. Shattered. I told you. Frickin' told you. Yeah, we're targeting the Germanic nobles. And actually, the oh, you're trying to fight me, mate? You're trying to take me down? What's gonna happen? Unless you get an incredibly lucky volley that hits me straight in the face, and then you'll take me down. But what was I going to say? Yes, I'm having my archers target fire the general for what I would consider pretty obvious reasons. And we also have this tower firing. That's pretty nice. What was? Yes, I was going to say that I thought that these crossbowmen would do more damage than they actually have done. So that's another thing that is going in my favor. And I may not win this, but at least I've done a hell of a lot of damage. Okay, looking at the enemy man count, if I can rout even like 1 or 2 of these men, these groups of men, I think I will have effectively won the battle. Get these arrested and then sent in to deal with people again. Okay, they actually held really for a really long time. I'll have to give it to them. Also move these guys just a bit so they get a better angle here. And these guys are wavering. So that's quite positive for me. They really haven't used all their ammo at all. I think they have been actually blocking each other. Or maybe like these units have been blocking them. Well, if you are to gather all your men in the blob like this, then I'll gladly slaughter them. Although I think this might be a bit too much for these guys. Unfortunately, I think I'll have to do something like this. Having the cavalry kind of hold them, and then rush in and oh yeah, this is bad. I think these guys are pretty much doomed. Should I try to have them leave? I don't know actually. I'm about to get to them though. And these guys haven't started routing yet. These guys have started routing though. Ooh, that might have been enough. Who knows? They haven't started... Yeah, they haven't started routing yet. But that may happen pretty soon, actually. By the way, stand shots there. Oh, there we go, but I actually did manage to engage them. So hopefully that'll be enough. And they haven't shattered. Not yet, anyway. So apparently it wasn't that easy to burn this section when we had a shit ton of snow to keep things wet, things moist. Yeah, hopefully these guys don't shatter. At least not before these guys and these guys shatter. And these bowmen, they aren't the biggest threat at all. Oh, nice, nice. You should get an increase in morale from the fact that you're charging. And yeah, we're not gonna be able to charge these guys down. That's gonna take forever. And now I'm routing, and not the enemy. Not routing, but favoring. Oh, there we go. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully I don't have to chase them down until the end of the world. That'd be bad. Although I think it may be enough to just to chase them down till the end of the border, the map borders, because the enemy, there we go. The skirmish AI is notorious for being bad when it comes to actually reaching the edge of the map. Oh, and when you do not run away at all, then it's even worse. Thank you. And that was a very good victory. Yeah, these guys didn't do nearly as much damage as I thought they would be able to. Oh, anyway, we are now at war with the Markomans. Yikes. Yeah, this is gonna... Oh, Fuck you. Fuck you. Why do you give me false hope like this? Anyway, if they capture it, I have this army in the vicinity, which was originally going to take care of the elements, but, well, not so much we can do about that, can we? And I do have another army that should be able to, well, may be able to take care of them themselves. We'll have to see. So, if they capture this, I'll easily be able to recapture it. Maybe not easily, but I'll be able to recapture it. And if they raid it, well, screw them. And if they desolate it, well, then I'm gonna kill them. I'm not gonna make them my priority target. But no, I'm not gonna fight that on the battlefield. It may have been useful in terms of kills, but frankly, my units were so depleted that... Yeah, okay, they've raided, of course. Bloody cowards. Doesn't give me a chance to actually reach him with my army. Speaking of my army, it's actually a bit depleted. That's kind of why, one of the reasons as to why I had them wait and not attack. Along with the fact that they would have suffered a bit of attrition. But maybe I cannot attack just yet. Sure. You want me to pay? Yeah, sure. As long as you do not declare war on me, I'm actually good. Okay, settlement sacked. You coming into my land? Coming to my home? Hurt my people? I'll kill you for it. This should be strong enough. This is just Germanic levy. And a little voice crack there, and a few noble Germanic swordsmen. And that's about it, actually. In terms of unit I actually care about. Onagers, of course, but... They are really situational. Also... Ooh. Yeah, maybe I should invest in a new army. I may have to. But they are bloody expensive. Probably Yeah, this is still at like... I was gonna say 6,000, but now it's down to... Oh, maybe because of Imperium. Maybe, because... I know that increased recently, because I was able to get another governor. And I chose to have him be deployed in Mauritania. Yes. By the way, yeah, this army is doing relatively well in keeping control of things, and these guys are also quite desperate. They offered me quite a lot of money. I think I was able to have them pay me like 7,000 before it dropped to low chance of accepting my counter offer. But I wasn't gonna give them that. I was only using that as a measurement of how well, desperate they were. Why can't you... I guess it doesn't matter too much. So, still no cavalry. Is this the region where we were? Yes, okay. I'll actually go for cavalry. Haven't really had that much of them. I think I was talking about getting skirmishers, but F it, let's get cavalry. Actually, I might get both. Oh, never mind. I can't have that in the same region in the specific province. Well then, let's have this be a cavalry corral, and let's recruit the infantry first, which we can't afford any of because of what we spent our money on. So this is what I originally feared would happen if I went to war with the Markomans. The fact that pretty much my entire west now, east, sorry, is, and a bit of the north as well, is surrounded by the Markoman territory. So, yeah. And maybe an issue. It's probably gonna be a major issue. Let's see about that. Really depends on what they do and where their armies are stationed. But yeah, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at our chances. Oh, they have reinforcements, but apparently not in range. But yeah, if I can easily win battles like this, then I am sure to auto-soul them. And yes, I'll chase these guys down. And they fled. Good for them. These guys cannot flee. And there we go. So, yeah, I can actually get... With double time, I can get down here. So I'll at least be able to defend this region from these guys, but of course this is wide open for these guys to harass again. Well, I guess these guys didn't harass it, but you know what I mean. So about this. Yeah, these guys won't attack me. I'm pretty certain that they won't attack me. Well, I've never seen a rebel faction, like, leave their province. So, I've only seen, like, adjacent rebel regions be in, like, technically the same faction. But yeah, so, even though these guys aren't friendly, or are actually straight out at war with me, I am not too concerned about them. I don't think they will be the ones attacking me. Of course, we have other candidates for that attack, but hopefully I'll be able to grab this quickly. And when I say quickly, I mean after a short siege. And that will take one turn, and then I can auto-resolve. And I know there are two Markoman armies. Not Markoman, but Alaman armies. Because I don't think I destroyed them completely. I only severely hampered their fighting ability in the previous part. I don't know. Also, Onager, no. Don't have the money, and there isn't one available even if I had the money. So, F it. By the way, this region is starting to stabilize itself quite nicely. It's still very much in the negative, and if I have this character leave completely, along with his army, it'll probably shave off at least this, well, duh, and then I'll think it will shave off at least additional 4 points here, so yeah, a grand total of 14 points will be lost, And then we're looking at a -3 per turn, which still won't result in a all-out rebellion for quite some time, but I would like to get some value out of these guys before I turn them north again, and I think I'll have them deal with the Picts. Yes, but I'm once again at war on all fronts, but this time I actually have valuable and decent armies out there. And by the way, we're getting close to the year where Attila assumes leadership. We're 5 years away, so that is another thing we really have to worry about. But yeah, we'll have to worry about that in the future. In the future part, mind you. Probably not the next part, but in the next part is where I will continue on from here. Because this part is over, as you might have guessed. So I thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I mentioned this in the previous part, but I'll just repeat it. Tomorrow, you'll actually get a part that isn't recorded like 10 days in advance. So, yes, our Easter holiday is over, and I've been at home for quite a few days, and I hope that has been nice. But anyway, so that means that I'll have recorded until April the 4th, the day I come home, and on April the 5th, you should get a part that is recorded either on the evening of April 4th or on the early day of April 5th. So I can actually take your tips into consideration, because it hasn't gone like, yeah, somewhere around 10 days from when I record the part and when it actually gets uploaded, and you guys give me comments. But yeah, I talked about that in the previous part, and if you are one of the regular guys, then I'm sure you watched that part and you know what I talked about. Anyway, I thank you so much for watching, I thank you so much for being loyal to me, and as always, I hope to see you guys next time. Goodbye.